This video relates to the subject Fundamentals of Management and Life Skills prescribed for first semester BCom Bangalore University students. This is session 46 and the unit we are dealing with is communication skills. In this video, we're going to talk about the meaning and definition of observing and empathizing. At the end of the session, the students will be able to understand the meaning and definition of observing and empathizing and also understand certain tips for improving observation. Now, when you're communicating, apart from speaking and listening and talking, there are certain things which are very, very prevalent and very important, and those are observation and empathizing. Observation is your ability to notice things. Okay, whenever the speaker is trying to convey something to the listener should not just listen to him, should not just actively listen, but also observe, because apart from the verbal communication, there'll be a lot of non-verbal communication which will be conveyed by the speaker to the listener. And this non-verbal communication has a lot of weightage in communication. So that has to be listened, observed, and noticed and understood by the receiver of information. At the same time, the speaker should also observe the listener, the receiver of information, because he will get immediate feedback relating to what the other person is trying to convey to him, whether the other person is interested in the subject or not, whether he is understanding this topic or not, or is he confused, or has he understood. All such information could be obtained by merely observing the listener. So from both the aspects, from the point of view of the listener as well as the speaker, observation becomes very, very vital in the communication process to make it effective. So, what is observation? Observation is defined as the act of watching somebody or something carefully, especially to learn something. You're observing the other person in order to gather some information and not merely just looking at them. Okay, role of observation in communication is crucial, like I told you. It helps to understand communication. It helps a person to be more aware and smarter in general. It improves job performance, relationships, etc. So, observation in communication is very, very vital because it gives you a lot of understanding of the communication. It's a whole brain skill. You use the entire brain to observe something, and using your senses to the fullest capacity that you can, paying close attention to details, focusing, analyzing, reasoning, memory, all these things take processes in your brain. So when you're observing somebody, you're using your senses completely. You're paying close attention to details, you're focusing, you're analyzing, you're reasoning, you're memorizing. There's a lot of things that is happening with your brain. So your entire brain is being functioning. There's a lot of activity that happens in your entire brain. Now, these skills can be developed and honed through diligence and training. Now, your mind is something that can be trained with a lot of patience. If you use the right kind of training techniques, then you can train your mind to do certain things in a certain way. Now, how do you improve observation? There are certain tips which will help you in doing so. First one is meditation. Meditation is considered as the most effective means of improving your mind. So, mindful meditation is the act of clearing your mind to pay attention to the moment and the world around you. So, your mind generally has a plethora of thoughts going on, the number of things that is being processed through your brain. But through meditation, you're trying to process your brain, trying to halt all your thoughts and focus your attention on at the moment and things that is happening around you rather than a lot of things that's happening outside your movement. Then attention, focus, and sensory processing thickens and actually grows in size through regular meditation. So if you use meditation regularly, your attention span grows, your focus improves, and your sensory processing always improves. So use meditation effectively, and that can give you a lot of results. Second one, practice logic constantly. Use a lot of logical puzzles, Rubik cubes, or cryptograms. All this will help you in improving your powers of logical reasoning. If you keep practicing all these daily, the art of logic comes to you naturally and easily, allowing you to extract information not present to the naked eye. So if you keep, some of you who would have watched all these detective movies would be able to answer this. If you've seen all those detectives, all those small details that we would have neglected while looking at it would have a lot of meaning, and that will be identified by the detectives, and that's why they would be able to solve many puzzles. Now, how do you develop such skills? Is by constantly practicing logic. Make sure that you're using a lot, solving a lot of puzzles, Sudoku, cubes, cryptograms, etc. This will help you in doing so. Then practice memory recollection. Memory recollection is a technique that you can use to improve your observation. Memory recollection is when you're staying back and trying to recollect whatever is happening. And most effective observers do that during their night before going to bed. They just lie down and just recapitulate or recollect whatever has happened throughout the day. Now, this will help you in exercising four parts of your brain, which is involved in your memory, working memory. You're trying to reason between your memories and you're trying to analyze. And many of the same skills are used even when effectively listening. Effectively observing. Sorry. So, practicing memory recollection will help you in doing it. Experiencing new things, you have to constantly open yourself up to new experiences, and you have to pay attention to the newer details that you come across. So keep observing, keep looking at new things, keep looking at the details of the environment, and experience will enrich you, it'll increase your knowledge, and using the powers of observation is the best way to improve the skills. Then learn through trial and error. Consistently check back to figure out what you really do observe, then figure out new details that you should check when observing. That will improve your skills. So do something, see if there's an error, go back, check what is the mistakes that you have made, improve upon it, and try once more. So this trial and error technique also helps you in observation. So all this is relating to observation. Practice all those tips that is used to improve your observation, which will make you an effective communicator. Along with that, there's empathy that you should use in your communication. It's very vital that you empathize with the other party. Now, what is empathy? Empathy is the art of seeing the world as someone else sees it. So, looking from some other person's viewpoint is called as empathy. When you're talking to somebody or when you're trying to communicate to somebody, you should always empathize with the person. You should always try to see what is that he is trying to understand, or what is it that he is feeling. Then it becomes easier for you to empathize with the person. When you have empathy, it means you can understand what a person is feeling in a given moment, understand why other person's action made sense to them. It helps to communicate your ideas in a way that makes sense to others. So when you understand the other person's feeling, it's easier for you to communicate because you generally deliver what the other person wants and how he wants. So it will help you to understand when they communicate with us also. Empathy is part talent and part training. Now, how do you become empathetic? How do you empathize with the other person? Is it natural? Can you train on it? It is both. Empathy is part trained and part talent. Now, three aspects are there when you're empathizing. Remember these, it might help you. So, first one, understand yourself. If you want to understand somebody else, the first thing that you do is understand yourself. Be kind to yourself before you're kind to anybody else. So, understand your feelings, understand what you are trying to going through, what are your emotions, and then you will be able to empathize with others. Understanding others through practice and a commitment to thoughtfulness, anyone can learn to understand how others are thinking and feeling. So you just need a little practice and a little commitment and a little observation, a little bit of thoughtfulness to others. Then you will be able to understand what others feel or think, or what is their expressions of feelings, and so on. Non-verbal empathy, non-verbal aspect of interaction also requires a lot of attention. The knowledge that is gained from empathy can help you to use appropriate non-verbal communication. Only when you know what the others feel, then you can use your non-verbal communication to make the communication effective. So, honing both observation skills as well as your empathizing, you should use both these skills in order to make your communication effective. So, just merely hearing and talking is not communication. Communication is much more. Communication includes observation and empathizing, which will contribute to the non verbal aspect of communication.